Welcome along to a little deck showcase on the channel. This is a deck that was given to me by a good friend of mine, Weevil, and it's basically a monsters deck because I went hardline monsters when I started this game. Um, it's built around two sort of different combos. One being Haunt, the scenario that when you play Death Wish, you get more Death Wish stuff and boost your stuff that way. And then Kikimore Queen comboed with where is it gone? What's his face? Why can't I see Caranthir? So I'm going to show you this combo in the game, and I'll leave a link to the deck below. But basically, yeah, I'm finding it really, really good at lower ranks. I am rank 15, I think, and so far so good. I'm really enjoying it. So let's play some games. All right, so playing against Syndicate. Um, The one thing I will say about this deck is it's kind of solitary in that you just kind of play your cards and let your opponent try to deal with them. So in your opening hand, Matahuri is brilliant because she draws the highest cost card in your deck, which is your Haunt. You want to get rid of Pugo. You don't want him in your opening hand. You'd like to have Andrega Larva. Having Ygern in your opening hand is good. You don't want Osril in your opening hand. Having the Beast is always good. I think it's solid. Couple of things to note here. In my opening round, I don't panic if I don't have the main Caranthir Kikimora Queen combo because it's not always necessary to win round one. And as I said, Matahura is going to draw my. So let me just show you what I'm trying to talk about. So Matahura, if you're not familiar, deploy in the range row. If neither player has passed, your opponent's hand is not full. They draw the lowest cost card, and you draw the highest cost card. So basically, it will search through your deck, finding the highest cost card, and the highest cost card in my deck is Haunt. It's the scenario that you want pretty much in your opening hand every game. So it's nice if you draw her, if you draw that. The other thing to have as well is if you also draw Royal Decree, you can Royal Decree for Matahuri, which can then draw that. So opening round, standard pretty much in this kind of monsters deck is playing your Endrega Larva. If you're not familiar with Endrega Larva, basically they have the keyword Thrive, and that means boost the unit by 1 whenever you play an ally with higher power. So playing them on turn 1 is ideal, and getting them in your opening hand is also ideal. Now I've drawn 2 versions, not always necessary. I'm actually quite unfamiliar with the deck the opponent's playing, but I'm interested to see how it goes. Cool, 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 cool. All right, so I think I'm in trouble. So right about now, just to get things underway, I'm going to play Matahura. Matahuri. I keep calling her Matahura. Excuse me. Because I want to get Haunt on the roll pretty quick. Even if I did have Haunt first turn, I wouldn't play Haunt first turn. I'd still play my Andrega Larva first turn. It's always good to have them on the board. Makes my opponent, in my opinion, put out answers. So, I don't mind my opponent spending their expensive answers on my technically lowest power units. This is a pretty good start, if you ask me, but let's see if I can catch up. I'm not giving up just yet. What I want to do next is, ideally, I don't want to have 2 Barghasts. So now that I have the scenario down, again, if you're unfamiliar with the scenario, what it does is, whenever you play a unit with Death Wish, you progress through the different chapters. So in the prologue, when you first play it, okay, so he's basically giving up, which is pretty fair, to be honest with you. He is a good distance ahead of me right now. So, oh, BC Stylo just subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you, BC Stylo. Appreciate the subscription. If you're watching this on YouTube, I stream to Twitch, oddly enough, occasionally. I'm trying 2-3 nights a week. Okay, so I caught up with him pretty quickly there, and then the last thing I'm going to do is play one more Death Wish. So I am technically chasing the win here, but I think maybe I put Ygern into my death pool here. I don't mind putting Ygern, and that's one thing I would point out is that playing a big unit now, and especially having Ygern in your graveyard, is a great combo with Osril. So if you're not familiar with Osril, when you deploy him or her, I'm not sure, you consume a unit from your graveyard and he gets that strength. So I think I will play Yagurn here, and it might be a bad call, but wins me the game. It's under no damage, under no danger of being killed, and I win the round. It also puts it in my graveyard for a future Osrill turn, and I'm going to draw 6 more cards. So hopefully one of those will be Osrill. Okay, so round 2, I'm pretty much guaranteed to pass. So I want to kind of filter through my deck, try and get a couple of my combo cards. Like Penitent is always good. I've got one half of my major combo, which is Caranthir, our final. And basically, I always debate here what I want to do on turn 2. Because I want to get through my deck right now. I don't necessarily want to win this round, but I do want to just get some cards out of my hand to draw through my deck more. So I think I am actually going to play a couple of cards, make him play some cards, and let me get through to my, the rest of my combo cards. He has to play cards on turn 2 if he wants to stay in this game. Realistically, I'm never going to go for it and try and win the game because I'm a card behind. Okay, he's going to seize my unit. That's, again, I'm not terribly worried, to be honest with you. Again, I'm not trying to win. I'm just trying to bait out his sort of better cards. In my deck, I have Pugo, so I can technically play Penitent here if I want. I'm not sure if I want to do that. I want to keep Andrega Eggs to combo with Caranthir and Kikimore Queen. I might play Barghest. Here. Just again, I want to have 7 cards in hand, so I draw back up to full, draw back up to 3. Anyone in chat familiar with the deck that I'm playing against? Poison an enemy unit? Yeah, I'm happy if he wants to poison units and play powerful units. Like, I'm going to pass here. So my whole strategy was here. He basically still has, I think, 9 cards left in his deck, while I'm down to I want to say 8 cards left in my deck. So I've filtered through more of my deck than he has. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. So happy days. I've drawn 3 of my most powerful cards. If I check what I've actually got in my deck now, there's nothing really I want to draw. Maybe outside of Kairan, but realistically, I think I have everything I want to draw. Foglets are good in the first round. The other Barghest and Drago Warriors are good to have again first round. Nice to haves. Pugo I'm hoping to pull out of my deck anyway, so I'm happy with that that hand. I've got probably one of the strongest hands going for this deck. BC says it's an average Syndicate deck. It's been pretty underwhelming. Okay, so he's playing his scenario. Progress whenever you play a blind eye. So what does that do? Prologue chest, spawn a slice, chapter 1. Okay, yeah, fine. So, as normal, I want to play Andrega Larva pretty much guaranteed on turn 1. This deck does have a sort of element to an element of solitaire to it. You just kind of play your units on curve, take advantage of the Thrive, take advantage of the Death Wishes. Intimidate, deploy your next tribute. This round is free. Okay. So I'm going to play Penitent here. Again, just trigger the different Thrive abilities. Have them out early on the board. So Penitent, if you're not familiar, has this Thrive ability, which is great, but it also has the Death Wish, which says summon a random 7-cost unit from your deck to an allied row. So the combo here is it either pulls out Pugo Boom, who's a 7-cost unit. Now, Pugo, when you deploy him, he damages a random allied unit by 3. So you don't actually want to play him. You want him pulled from your deck from another ability. And then the other 7-cost unit you have in your deck is the Beast. And the Beast is amazing, in my opinion, because he just continues to get boosted by 2 as long as he's not the strongest unit. Now, I have a long way to go, but I'm not scared, to be honest with you. I know for a fact that I can get 100+ points in these games. So we just continue to play on curve. We're not panicking just yet. He's getting a lot of boost right now. Yeah, he is so far ahead right now. I'm praying that I can pull it back. What I am thinking of doing right now is, who else is in my deck right now that I could technically play that might be worth my while? be honest with you, nobody. K-Ran, I suppose. K-Ran and Dettlaff will be a good combo later on. I think for the time being, do I want to pop off my combo? I don't think so. I think I'm going to get the beast rolling. Get him on the table. If he's got an answer, he's going to answer the beast. If he's got a way of dealing with a unit, a targeted destruction card, he's going to play it on the beast, I have to imagine, because the beast, if left unchecked, is going to just take over as the most powerful unit on the board. So even though I'm 24 points behind, I'm not massively concerned. He may have some savage combo that I'm not 100% aware of, but then again, I have a savage combo that he's probably not paying attention to right now. So I think now is not a bad time to play my combo. So let's do it. So let's play. What you do is you play Caranthir on our whatever you pronounce that, and then you play a unit from your deck, a unit from your hand, which is going to be Kikimore Queen. So let me try to show that again. So you deploy, spawn a 1-power base copy of a unit from your hand in this row. So I've picked Kikimore Queen. And what Kikimore Queen does is she's got her Thrive ability. Whenever this Thrive triggered, boost all allied insectoids in this row. So that's why I wanted to play my insectoids. So now what I do is I play my Death Shadow ability on Caranthir, and I play him again, and I do it again. So now I have 2 Kikimore Queens, both boosting every insectoid by +1 every time their Thrive ability kicks off. And with luck, if one or more of them survive, I play another Kikimore Queen. So every time one of the Kikimore Queens Thrive is procced, they all get +1 down. So already I'm starting to catch up. At the moment, I have to imagine if he has an answer, he would have played it by now. So again, I play another Kikimore Queen. I might play it over here. I don't know about abilities that target side by side, so just in case, who knows. So again, their Thrive is procced, so 1 +1. And again, now I'm within 10 points. So already, as I mentioned earlier on, I'm not scared that he pulled so far ahead. My beast continues to get bigger and bigger as my units get bigger and bigger. I'm still going to eat Penitent, which is going to pull Pugo Boom from my deck. I also have Ozrel, which I'm going to put in the range row. I might have to make sure, I always forget this, to leave space for him. Unless I want to eat something in his deck. No, I don't. There's nothing in his deck that I want to eat. So, again, I want to play something that's bigger than all of these guys. There's nobody... Oh, yeah, sorry. I was going to say I was going to play Kairan. So, if I'm correct... Yeah, let's play Kairan. So we'll put Kairan in the row. What Kairan's very, very good at is helping me free up space in my deck, or free up space on rows that I'm trying to... if I fill up a row by accident or something, Kairan's very good at just sort of removing consuming targeted units on my own team. Do I want to trigger Penitent right now? I don't think so. I think I'm okay for the time being. So, as I mentioned earlier on, the beast continues to get bigger and bigger. He has no answer for it, so the beast has gone from a 4-strength unit to a 12-strength unit. I think that's a pretty good round, to be honest with you. To be honest with you, I feel like now is the time to play Ozrel, but I'm going to play it safe for the time being. I'm going to play Dettlaff and just leave it. I'm waiting for his sick combo, so I'm going to keep it, breezy for the time being. If you're not familiar with Dettlaff, I love him. He's a higher vampire. He looks sick. His Death Wish ability is summon it from the graveyard to the same row, and you can do that 3 times. So essentially, you can eat Dettlaff twice with Kairan, and Dettlaff keeps coming back. Okay, so all these units with shields, that's fine. I don't know if I'm missing a sick combo that he's about to pull off, but right now I'm in a good space. So what I'm going to do actually is I'm going to eat these 2 bad boys, which will obviously trigger everybody's Thrive, but it's also going to pull Pugo, and it'll pull Dettlaff back from the grave. And as I mentioned earlier on, the beast continues to grow. And then the last sort of trick I have up my sleeve is I'm going to play Ozrel. I'm going to eat from my deck, from my graveyard is the word I'm looking for. I'm going to eat Yagurn. Look at the top 3 cards of your deck, plus an additional card for every coin you possess. Play the top card. Play the top card. Another card. Okay, so he's obviously got some sick card in his deck. I'm hoping it's nothing too broken. Okay. Doesn't look like it's going to be anything particularly scary, to be honest with you, or else I'm missing something. Alright, so pretty sure that's GG. As mentioned previously, I think I was 20 or 30 points behind. Pretty sure I was 20 or 30 points behind on round 2 or 3. But as I told you already, not to worry. It's a kind of solitaire deck, but it kind of showed its strength there, using the Haunt in round 1, and then using the Kikimore Karantir combo in round 3. Kind of a textbook game, to be honest with you. Alright, so in the next game, again, you're looking for Yagurn, obviously. Matahuri is a good starter. Royal Decree is a great starting card. Brilliant, I've drawn my Haunt, which is great. Foglet is a great card to have in your opening hand because it pulls another copy of it, so you want that other copy. I think this is a decent starting hand. I don't want to get too greedy. I've got my Death Wish units. I probably need an activator. I have Barghest. Yeah, I'm not going to get too greedy here. I think this is a decent starting hand. Could be better. I suppose the only danger, I don't want to draw a second Foglet. Obviously, I'd like to draw some better cards, but I think it's enough. To be honest with you, the deck does well when you draw Haunt. I don't think you need to get too greedy. Okay, that's going to be a problem. The Alba Pikeman. I think. Yeah, it's just kind of incentivized me to just play every card from now on in the in this row here. I'm debating whether to play Yagurn now. I feel like this Desert Banshee is going to be a target if I don't play my Death Wish units. Maybe I do play Yagurn now. If I play Matahuri now, what's my second highest card? Is it Karantir or is it Kikimore? Maybe it's Kikimore. Kikimore Queen? See, it is Kikimore Queen. Okay, so. Interesting. Maybe I do play Yagurn now. Yeah, I think I do. Getting all that armor is nice. It's hard to remove. You know, you kind of ignore what your opponent does to a certain degree. Well, that's pretty big. Okay, so now let's play some of our Death Wish units. So we play Foglet. As I mentioned previously, when you play Foglet, or when you play your first Death Wish unit due to your Haunt, you spawn a Barghest, and then your Barghest comes in and consumes the Foglet, and then we pull another Foglet. Now, unfortunately, it pulled the Foglet into the front row, which is not what I wanted. I'm also going to transform this into the Magic Lamp because, you know, I want him to concede. I want to go so far ahead that he has to spend cards, or lots of cards, to catch up. Okay, interesting. So he's going to probably damage the Desert Banshee, which makes sense. I'm okay with that. I don't hate that idea. So I think the next Death Wish unit I'm probably going to play is going to be Harpy Egg. I am debating playing Matahuri here. Having him draw another card is okay. I don't mind. Now, realistically, yeah, I think I will play it. I might as well get some stuff out. Like, I've no problem playing Matahuri in the next round, you know, round 2. If I win, at least Matahuri will guarantee me drawing some of my best units. Okay, drawing a bear, that's fine. Part of me kind of wants to pass. I'm 14 points ahead here. We're even on cards. No, I don't think so. I think I play a card, and I think I'm going to eat. I think I'm going to eat this Harpy. I think that's probably going to incentivize him to go. Yeah, I'm definitely going to pass here. I'm quite far ahead. There's no reason for me to. Yeah, there's no reason for me to continue playing cards. Realistically, I think if he was going to pass on that turn, he should have passed on the previous turn. Okay, so turn 2, or round 2, excuse me. You want to get rid of Pugo because if you remember, Penitent was going to draw Pugo for you. So you want that in your discard, or not your discard pile, your draw pile. Natural Selection is a topical one. I'm still not convinced this is the best card to have. So I have 8 cards. I'm probably incentivized to kind of get through my deck here as quickly as possible. The other thing I like to do, and like it could be wrong, so I think, you know, I'm sure plenty of people in comments and on stream will tell you that I've done something wrong. But I do like to play cards on turn 2 to get down to 7 cards to draw back up and get through my deck faster than my opponents. Matahuri draws him a card, which is not ideal. It draws him his lowest provision cost card. Helps him get through his deck. But I don't really care. Yeah, I'm going to play the card. Because I want to get my combo. This deck, while it doesn't rely heavily on the combo, it is much easier to win. I think that's probably the best way I can say this. It is much easier to win with the Kikimore Queen Caranthir combo. With Royal Decree, at least now I can guarantee Caranthir, at least if I don't draw it. I know I'm not going to go for this round 2, but I do like playing out my cards on round 2 just so I can filter through my deck quicker than my opponent. So I think I am going to just use up another card, have him use up another card. He has to chase me. He has to play more powerful cards to win the round. So, okay, perfect. I don't mind him playing big cards like that because at least I now know they won't be in the next round. And I filter through my deck quicker than he does. Okay, so that's a pretty good draw. Again, I don't want Pugo in my hand. And there we go. There's Caranthir. I think this is a pretty good draw, to be honest with you. I have my Insectoids. I have my Kikimore and Caranthir combo. I've got Penitent, which means I can pull out Pugo. I've got Detlaf, and I've got Kiran. And my experience with this deck is... it filters itself very, very quickly. So the times that it doesn't pull the combo are rough, yes, but they're not that common in my experience. So I think the deck is quite reliable in pulling off its combo. I have to hold my hand up. I didn't create it. Every ally turn on turn and boost up by 1. That's fine. Play Penitent. And again, I'm open to criticism here about playing on which row. Obviously, I like to keep my Insectoids on the same row. And then anything that's not an Insectoid, I try to play it on the other row. Again, like the last game, it looks like I've gone a long way behind very early in this game. But as we saw in the previous game, that wasn't a problem at the end of the day. I think I'm going to play the Beast here. Because what the Beast is really good at doing is drawing out answers. If he's got an answer for troublesome minions, he will play it on the Beast. And if he doesn't, well then the Beast is just going to get value all day. Okay, so I think he's digging right now. He's hoping to find a card that answers the Beast. He doesn't have one in hand, which is a good sign for me. So now he's relying a little bit on RNG, in my opinion, to get an answer. Ooh, if that's the best unit he was offered, if that's the best unit he's offered, I am in a good spot right now. So, again, I always have to be aware of what's in my deck because of having Royal Decree. So I want to be paying attention. I think like the simple answer is Royal Decree will be pulling Osril for me. I don't think there's any two ways about this. So I think now I just continue to play on curve. And continue to put Insectoids in this row ready for the Kikimore Caranthir combo. Create play a 1 power copy of a bronze unit from your starting deck. Okay, so I'm assuming he's looking now for something. Okay. none of which is particularly. He's making my beast stronger, which I'm more than happy about. Yeah, I think I'm going to play Detlef. I think I'm just going to continue to buff these guys. Slowly. I don't have to go overboard here. I do have to be patient though, because my Kikimore Queen needs units to buff its Thrive. So I can't be too, sorry, I can't be too patient. I said I need to be patient. I can't be too patient. So I think I'm going to go for it now. I think now is a good time. So let's go. So Caranthir into Kikimore Queen, followed by my hero power. Play Caranthir again, hit Kikimore Queen, and I get my double Thrive. And again, I believe if he didn't have an answer to the Beast, or to Penitent, or to Detlef, I seriously doubt he has an answer to Kikimore Queen. Unless he's very, very smart and he's been holding on to Kikimore Queen all this time. I'm not sure. Oh, interesting. Okay. Boost self by 10. Okay. And again, there's not much I can do about that. There's nothing really in my deck that answers that. But to be honest with you, as we've seen in the previous game, maybe, like, I could be very surprised here. I have gone and played games where I've scored 150 points and lost. So that isn't, I won't say it isn't uncommon, but it's not common, but it has happened. So yeah, his guys are really kicking off right now. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start bringing in the big boys. So if you're not familiar with what Andrego Warrior does, he consumes, he or she, I don't know, consumes adjacent units and then spawn a drove for each insectoid. Now, these are my insectoids, but to be honest with you, I don't want to consume them. I want to consume units that are better, or not better, or have Death Wish units. So I'm going to consume Detlef, who's going to resummon himself, and I'm going to consume Penitent, who's going to trigger all of the Thrive abilities, pull out Detlef, and then Penitent is going to pull out Pugo in my death. So in my from my draw. So you can see I get right down to the bottom cards. I get to use every card in my deck. And I think the deck is really good at doing that. Look at the top of your play one. That's the best he's going to play? Interesting. Alright, so I'm pretty sure this is an easy win. There's not much more he can do for me here. The only other creature now that can actually trigger all of this is Osril. But I'm just going to keep going. Let me consume Detlef one more time. I think we're going to leave it at that. Unless I'm missing something, unless there's a sick combo he's going to pull out at the very last minute, I'm pretty sure this is all over. He may have Geralt in hand. Okay. Living armor. Nice. Okay. And again, as we said in earlier games, being able to get through your deck is so powerful. So again, I play Osril in this row. Eat Yagurn. Trigger 13 and then trigger all of that. So again, we do 160 plus points and we win the game. So that's the deck, guys. Some pretty consistent wins there. Obviously, it's not unbeatable, but I believe at lower ranks, if you've got the cards, some of the cards are well worth crafting and be used in other decks, which I think is crucial, especially if you're newer to the game. Obviously, if you think there's improvements that can be made to this deck or there are better versions, please let me know in the comments. I'm open to all criticism. I'm still learning, but I'm flying up the ranks at this point with this deck. I believe being able to draw down to the last 5 or 6 cards in your deck every game puts you in a really good spot. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm also live on Twitch, so hopefully I'll see you over there. All right, bye-bye.